This week on Maker Update, a pat on the back, self-driving germicide, coffee table control, a DIY thermometer, golf cart conversion, missing cheese, and Hot Wheels for the apocalypse. Hey, I'm Donald Bell, and welcome back to another Maker Update. I hope you're all doing as well as you can. For me, making the show is the best distraction. I hope you have a useful distraction too. I have a lot of cool projects to catch you up on, so let's get started with my pick for the project of the week. Simone Giertz has been sheltering in place, feeling the need for a little parental affection and approval, so of course, she built a robot. This coin-operated, laser-cut plywood torso has an arm that extends out for a gentle pat on the shoulder. A speaker inside says,
"Proud of you, son."
Which for me puts this on the level of interactive artwork. Making the whole thing work is an Arduino with an Adafruit Music Maker shield on top to handle the audio playback. A coin acceptor triggers the Arduino, runs a servo back and forth to make the arm drop, and plays the audio. The real masterstroke here is that she enlisted Adam Savage to record the voice of the robot. For me, 25 cents is a small price to pay for the virtual approval of everyone's maker mentor. Now for some news, I saw an interesting video out from the University of Nevada's Autonomous Robot Lab. It's a self-driving robot with a UV germicidal lamp attached to it. The idea is that a hospital or a school could have something like this roam the hallways at night and provide an extra layer of disinfection. The guidance is helped by an onboard LiDAR sensor, and it moves super slow. The video is sped up double speed, but I like it. It's like a viral Roomba. A little news update from me. Sometimes you like hearing about the projects I'm working on. I've been making some great progress on my cocktail robot. It's become way more involved than I ever thought it would be. There are 3 Arduino circuits and 2 Raspberry Pi boards. This week I finally moved all of the breadboard designs over to permaproto boards. I'm also using the cardboard enclosure mockup as a template for a plywood prototype. It feels like progress, but I still can't quite see the end of the tunnel. If you're curious to see more updates, you can keep up with things over on the Facebook page that I made for it. If you want to see what a beautiful project enclosure looks like, check out this arcade controller coffee table by Love Hulten. Crafted out of American walnut and brass hardware, the coffee table alone is a thing of beauty, but then you pull on the handles to reveal a 2-player arcade controller, only it's missing the joysticks. Oh wait, the drawer handles are the joysticks. It's too much. I can't handle how cool this is, and if you're new to Love's work, you owe it to yourself to spend the next hour drooling over all of his other builds. It's just unrelenting design genius. Tyler Weingarner, Maker Project Lab's in-house genius and video crew, has a new Instructable up on how to make this laser-cut, no-contact IR thermometer. With off-the-shelf thermometers in short supply now, an alternative like this can come in handy. It's based around an Arduino Nano and an MLX 90614 thermal sensor. You press a button and take a reading, and an OLED screen tells you what you're dealing with. I especially like that Tyler got the enclosure design down to a single sheet of 6x8 inch, 3mm thick Baltic birch. Great project. Also on Instructables, rtkerth shows off how he converted this old EZGO golf cart into a little sporty electric car. A lot of it comes down to creating a new custom fiberglass hood that extends down in front for a more traditional car shape. But he also extended and created a custom fiberglass trunk. He shortened the steering column, lowered the seats, and added a lot of little touches like the windshields and the side view mirrors. This thing looks sweet. gzumwalt is back with another 3D printed automaton. This one is called Mac and Cheese. A cheese inspector sits down and reveals the block of cheese he's about to enjoy, but the next time he picks up the lid, a mouse has consumed everything. His eyes bulge out and his jaw drops. Not only is it a clever trick, but the little detailed mechanical elements controlling the eye and the jaw movements really take this thing to another level. In typical gzumwalt style, nearly everything you need here is 3D printed, but you will need a little button, a limit switch, a battery holder, a gear motor, and some magnets. Now for some tips and tools. In his latest video, the CrafsMan demonstrates a number of techniques for transforming your Hot Wheels or Matchbox toy cars into miniature post-apocalyptic rides, perfect for playing Gaslands or just for admiring. Even if you have no interest in giving toy cars the Mad Max treatment, this covers an incredible number of model making and weathering techniques in a short and entertaining video. Also, as someone who doesn't do yoga or meditation, 23.5 minutes of listening to the CrafsMan is the closest I've come to a spa retreat. This channel is my happy place. Through Gareth Branwin's Tips, Tools, and Shop Tales newsletter, I found this throwback video of Mythbusters' Jamie Heineman showing off the tools that he keeps in his personal toolkit. It's an impressively thorough kit full of lots of tools you'd expect, but plenty of unexpected gems too. To pair it up for old time's sake, check out this new one-day build video by Adam Savage showing how he made a box for these replica Apollo astronaut gloves. Adam confesses that most tested videos aren't really meant to be a how-to so much as a what happened, but in this case, Adam really goes step by step through his process of sketching, sizing, cutting, and finishing a box. As soon as I finished this, I was inspired to go out and work on my cocktail robot enclosure, so hopefully there's some inspiring mojo in there for you too. It's also just nice to see Adam work on something so fundamental instead of some out there cosplay or contraption that's way beyond my skill set. Highly recommended. On the Cool Tools channel, Sean Michael Ragan demonstrates a drop-in auto-darkening lens for welding helmets. If you have an old welding helmet that you're attached to, this is a quick and easy upgrade that should make it easier to see what you're doing. Finally, hot on the heels of his social distance bicycle, Colin Furze has a new video out that walks you through his tiny workshop. It's an incredible example of making the most out of a small space, but it's also a real bummer for anyone who feels like the only thing holding you back is a bigger garage. Every one of its 26 minutes is a treat, and I learned about at least 10 different tools that I'd never heard of before, mostly metal fabrication stuff. Also, hopefully by the time you see this, Colin will have pulled past 10 million subscribers on YouTube, so be sure to give him a congratulations. For this week's Digi-Key Spotlight, check out a new video they have that breaks down what an amp hour is and how it relates to battery life. It also showcases a handy online calculator tool from their website that I didn't know they had. There's all kinds of online conversion tools hosted on Digi-Key, hidden away up in that tools menu. So check out the video, and the next time you're on the Digi-Key site, poke around in that tools menu and see if you can find something useful. Alright, and that does it for this week's show. Be sure to subscribe, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. A lot of enclosure stuff in this episode I noticed. Maybe let me know the last time you saw an enclosure that blew you away. A big thanks to my patrons on Patreon and to Digi-Key Electronics for making this show possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.